Hello, welcome to my Game Week 22 preview for ChampmanFPL. So we'll get straight on with it again today, because again I'm recording on game day, so Game Week 21 hasn't happened, so can't talk to you about that. So let's just get on and look at Game Week 22. Arsenal-Chelsea first up. Arsenal will attack this game. I think Chelsea, good chance they'll play defensively against a higher rep team. And Arsenal coming out on top. So this is it's often the case when you've got two good teams like this going against each other. You know, you kind of think, oh, it'll be a good game, like either team could win, but this is often the case because the home team will attack and the away team often doesn't, because the home team's high rep. So quite often when you get what you think should be a close match between two of the top teams, it quite often comes out looking a bit like this. So the home team well on top. Arsenal hitting 3 or more 5 times, 13 clean sheets, really good. And Chelsea not offering a whole lot. So good home game for Arsenal, despite the difficulty of the opposition. The way they'll play is, that kind of shows you that the tactics and the way the manager approaches the games is, often more important than the players on the pitch. You've got to give those players a chance to score goals, and Chelsea's tactic isn't going to lend itself to that, I don't think. So player returns for this one. Henry out on top. Good strong home game. Bergkamp obviously not nailed. Could be Jeffers, Carney alongside Henry. Parla, Lundberg. Yeah, not huge numbers. Arsenal look good to win without being crazily consistently amazing. But yeah, I think they've got a high ceiling, and they'll probably win by a couple at least. If you get one of these down the bottom, it's a bit unlucky. So that's Arsenal-Chelsea. Villa-Ipswich. So Villa back at home, back attacking after their stinker of a fixture away to Chelsea last time. Or last time would be the time before, won't it? But yeah, Villa back home attacking, Ipswich normal, so fairly open game. And Villa look really good strong home game for Villa. So we've seen it, haven't we? Villa with a strong home game is one of the better teams in the game, really. They've got a pretty good team. Their formation is decent. Ipswich will be playing with only one player out wide, probably. Villa play 4-4-2, which is good. So yeah, good strong home game. 8 times out of 23 or more. Clean sheets, not bad. Ipswich has scored, once or twice, haven't they? But yeah, could be, potentially explosive from Villa. And player returns. So yeah, Villa players in Sims, they quite often throw up players that aren't nailed. But think about it in terms of the position that these players are playing. So Balaban's come out well. So but if Dublin starts, it's another great game for him. Angel seems to be the guy that does start more nailed. Ginola, so yeah, as I was saying, it's another example of 4-4-2 against one player out wide for Ipswich. So Ginola was on the wings a lot in my Sims, so he's come out well. Ginola's not a nailed player for Villa, but one of the players that actually plays out wide for them in this game has got a good chance of doing really well. And again, Hadji on the opposite side, and Boateng with a few goals from midfield. Blackburn Millwall. Blackburn play normal at home. I think Millwall will also play normal. And looks really good for Blackburn, as you'd expect. Millwall kind of the whipping boys, along with Charlton, aren't they? But yeah, 12 times out of 20, Blackburn have hit 3 or more. And I think they've tended to deliver so far when they've had games that look good like this. I can't think of too many examples where they've really let us down. I'm sure it will happen at some point. Hopefully not this week if you're on Blackburn players. But yeah, playing the percentages, really good game for them. Good chance of scoring 3 or 4. And player returns, Janssen and Ben out on top. Obviously De Boer can play up front. He's playing up front a lot in our sims, so if he plays up front in this game, then I'd rate him better than being down here with 6 returns out of 20. But he won't have played up front every time for me. Yeah, it's a big list, isn't it? 6 players. I mean, yeah, pick your favourite really. It's a great game for all of them. Charlton Borough. So Charlton are part of the double. So let's come back to that actually. Same for that. Everton Bolton we'll do next. So Everton will attack. Bolton will play normal. So again, another fairly open game. Good to see. Both averaging over a goal a game. Everton slightly more aggressive as the home team, doing a little bit better, a little bit more consistent. Clean sheet chance for Everton, not too bad either. So yeah, home win, both teams to score. I think that there's possible returns from either team really. Just Everton look a little bit more consistent. And nobody going too crazy in the player returns. Yeah, nothing really to target. Yeah, it's just a decent looking game in general. Again, pick your favourite really. It's a fairly open game. No massive mismatch that's causing anybody to come out with 20 or anything like that. But a pretty good game, potentially. Leeds Sunderland. Leeds will attack. Sunderland will play normal, I think, on this one. I guess they could play defensive. Leeds seems to be a tricky one. I had them down as Millwall playing normal against them in the last preview, but I think it will probably turn out they'll actually play attacking. Now I've heard a bit more about it. Yeah, Leeds are really on the cusp of whether teams see them as difficult or not. I think like in the top tier of being difficult. So I'm not 100% sure. Sunderland might play defensive. But I think, based on what I've seen, I think there's a good chance they'll play normal. But I think either way, it's a good game for Leeds. Good ceiling, 6 times they've scored 3 or more. Scoring twice a lot as well. Good amount of clean sheets. Good home game for Leeds. Expect them to win pretty comfortably. And returns in this game. So this is without Larson, but we'll talk about him in a second. He'll be in the Sims from next week. So yeah, Smith might not play, Keane might not play if Larson comes into the team. But it's all Leeds is the message. And a few numbers on Larson for you. So yeah, I haven't run all 20 sims for game week 23 yet, but this is what I've seen so far. And you can see, I mean, he's brilliant, isn't he? It looks like. I mean, some seasons are just crazy good. I mean, 17 in that one and 28 in that one. That's quite a big difference, but that's the same for any striker in the game, really. I mean, sometimes you get seasons where Rude only scores 17, and sometimes you get seasons where he scores 30 odd. So that's pretty normal. But yeah, that high ceiling is there, and the consistency is there. The chances of him being a flop are sort of almost zero, don't they, based on what I've seen so far. He's getting good man of the match returns, good average rating, chipping in with assists. Yeah, he looks a really good buy. And in terms of where he might play and whether he's nailed or not, as I say, I mean, here he looks pretty nailed. This season here, where he only played 19, Leeds sold him to Borussia Dortmund sort of halfway through the season, which is a bit annoying. Like, I mean, that isn't going to happen in our game because it's a natural transfer that's happened rather than him being forced into the team through the database. But yeah, it can happen when you force a transfer like that you just get shipped out straight away. So that's what that was. It's not that he wasn't first choice, it's just that they sold him halfway through the season. And in terms of where I'm seeing him playing, so it looks like this one on the right seems to be happening more so far. So it's a fairly small sample, but it can change within the same sim. So it's not that one sim I've seen this all the time and one sim I've seen this all the time. Either can happen like through a season. But what I'm seeing more consistently is this one here, where Keane gets the AMC spot and then Larsson's up front with Viduka. But it is possible that we see occasions where Keane drops out, Smith gets picked, and then Larsson drops into AMC. So yeah, I mean, I suppose it's bad news for Smith and Keane really, because I think this, the Larsson signing means that neither Smith or Keane are nailed now. And yeah, what we're looking at here, yeah. So this is where I've seen him take a penalty, and you can see Ian Hart was on the pitch. So he didn't start this game, but you can see he came on the 36th minute. The penalty was taken in the 90th minute. So an example of Larsson taking a penalty with Hart on the pitch there. So that doesn't mean I'm saying that's definitely going to happen in our sim. Hart might still be on penalties if he's on the pitch, but it just shows you that it's possible. Leicester Liverpool. So I think Leicester will attack at home, Liverpool will attack away. And Liverpool are the better team, but because Leicester are giving themselves a chance with that attacking tactics, so they're still averaging a goal a game. They've still managed to hit 3 a couple of times, 2 another 4 times. So yeah, it's not out of the question that Leicester could score a couple of goals in this one. But Liverpool coming out on top. Good ceiling for them. I don't think you've seen many games where Liverpool have hit 3 7 times out of 20. So I think their forward players liked it against the Leicester backline. You can see Owen's got some man of the match. Heskey's got some. Fowler's got some. So it's quite often Liverpool defenders that get man of the match, isn't it? But as I say, the forwards seem to enjoy themselves for whatever reason in this particular game. And player returns, so Owen, again, you don't normally see Owen with numbers as high as that, but looks a good game for him. Goals and assists he's chipping in with. Man City Watford. Man City will attack at home, Watford play normal away against the lower rep teams. And another pretty good game. Again, both teams averaging over a goal a game. City pushing 2. They've hit 2 really consistently, haven't they? It's just those couple of blanks that have just brought their average down, really. But there's only once, twice, 3, 4, 5, only 6 times out of 20 that they haven't scored at least 2. So that's pretty good, isn't it? Clean sheets, yeah, not great for either team. And returns, so Huckabee, I think just to mock me because he's injured, Huckabee has come out on top, but as I always say, player returns are secondary to what the team is doing. It could easily be one chop that does it on the night, or whoever plays up front with him. It just shows you that the City attack is pretty good. And Watford, not out of the question that they get something. Say they're averaging over a goal a game, not too many blanks. Okay, we're getting there. Newcastle, Man United. Attack. I think I'm doubting myself looking at that. But yeah, let's say attack. Man United will definitely attack. And in any case, this is what I saw in my sims. Whatever Newcastle were doing, this is the numbers that they pulled out. So again, averaging over a goal a game. United look really strong, high ceiling. I mean, you could almost put 4+ goals there instead of 3, because it's only once they've hit 3, and then the other 6 times they've hit 4 or 5. So yeah, high ceiling. There's definitely a chance that United destroy Newcastle. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this game in the Discord. It's something they've been waiting for all season. So here it is, and yeah, absolutely agree that United have got a chance of going on the tear again. There's only, once, twice, only 3 times they haven't scored at least twice, or 4 times, sorry. So yeah, really good game for Man United again. They've disappointed us away from home, haven't they, a few times this season, so let's wait and see. But the percentages are there for you. And top returns, Beckham again. I think it's getting to the point now where I might do something in the editor to force Beckham out of the team, because I don't think he's coming back, is he? So yeah, next time I need to do a resim, I'll probably address that. But yeah, Chadwick, if Chadwick plays, it could be good for him. Giggs, RVN, Varon, York, etc. Right, the doubles. So let's look at the 2 games where they're not against each other first, so you can see what the other teams are doing. So Charlton will attack at home, and Borough will come away and play normal. And Borough, it looks a good game, doesn't it? 1.5 goals, 2 goals. Greens between them, not many blanks. So yeah, it looks a good game, this one, but Borough edging it. They've got better players, and they're not playing defensively, so normal isn't too bad considering Charlton are rubbish. So yeah, returns on offer from either team. Doesn't matter who wins, does it? I mean, there could be goals. Points on offer from both teams for this, I would say. And Bot 6 Apeda coming out on top. And yeah, these are the Charlton returns. So we'll look at the combined returns over the 2 games for Charlton and Spurs in a moment, because you've either got them or you haven't. So the individual games don't really matter, do they? That's what happens over the 2. What's the other one we need? Derby, Spurs. Attack versus attack. And again, looks another really good game. Points on offer for both teams here. Both got a high ceiling, both scoring consistently, not too many blanks. Another really good game. Could be a fun double, this one. And yeah, just Christie showing consistency. Yeah, as we know, Derby have got loads of midfielders, haven't they? So returns spread through all their various midfielders. And the odd goal for Strupar, but not too many because he is terrible. And as I mentioned last time, for anyone that didn't hear it, in our sim, Derby have got another forward called Morris, and in the sim we're playing, he's actually developed really well, which looks like it's quite unusual. So for me, he's probably not gonna do too much damage. But if he starts playing consistently, then I'll perhaps give him a little boost in the editor. But does anyone care either way? I don't know about Derby. Right, so on to the double then. So the Spurs-Charlton game itself. Spurs will attack at home, Charlton will play normal. And Spurs look really, really strong to me, but Charlton themselves over a goal a game. They've hit 3 a few times, they've hit 2 a few times. So it could be a fun double. This could be a double where both teams sort of score 6 each over the 2 games. It could happen. And then, so the combined returns. So this is over 40 games for each player, or 40 sims for each player. So it includes the game against each other and the other games that they've got. Rebrov out on top, with Slakovic not too far behind. You're really good. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is really. Again, it's another pick your favourite, I think. As I say, the way the teams are going to set up and the opposition they've got, they could easily score 5-6 goals each over this double as a team. So you'd be unlucky to miss out if you've got some players in there, I think. Okay, so top returners outside of that then. Janssen and Bent home to Millwall had 16 each. United looked like they could go on a tear against Newcastle. Liverpool scored a lot of goals for them against Leicester. Good home game for Aston Villa. As I say, you could say that that's Dublin and that's Hendry. Yeah, it's more about the positions they were playing. Good game for wingers, I think, and then obviously, clearly a good game for whichever forward plays. And Henry, decent home game at home to Chelsea. Defensive look ahead then, quickly. So Chelsea, yeah, that Arsenal game's a bit of a stinker, but then they've got three pretty good games against teams that will try and make it tight. Leeds have still got a good run. Spurs away is always tricky because Spurs are gung-ho against anybody. But those other 3 home games look pretty good. Liverpool, good run coming up. Yeah, that City home game is good. Watford, Sunderland, yeah, not bad. Spurs have got the double, and then they've got Millwall on the horizon as well. And Sunderland, I think you just about consider their run good, considering the price of their players. They've got Millwall and Ipswich there, which is two reasonably good games. And finally, the attack look ahead. So I think Arsenal, I think I said this last time actually, yeah, I've taken the flame off Arsenal because those 2 games are pretty tricky. Chelsea home, Man United away, but then it starts to get better for them again shortly after that. Charlton, they've got this double, and then their next 3 aren't bad. They're all away, but they're not bad fixtures. Derby, we've seen they were scoring plenty of goals in that Spurs game. Bolton away, not great. But then they've got 2 home games where they'll attack Newcastle and Middlesbrough. So I think Derby can score some goals over the next month or so. Leeds, yeah, great run. Man United. Spurs have got the double, and they've also got Millwall on the horizon after that double. And Sunderland, I think they look good, pretty good at the other end of the pitch as well. Yeah, Millwall coming up, Ipswich home. Liverpool home's tough, but they will attack. So that's it. Good luck. good luck with the double. Say it looks like a fun one, doesn't it? I think I'm definitely going to want a few players involved. I didn't really attack the last double, but yeah, this one looks good. Good luck with it. See you next time.